Yes. Yeah.
No, they don't.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the Village of Lannon Special Village Board Meeting and Public Hearing to order on Monday, December 1st, 2025 at 5:31 p.m. Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call. Batiste is not present. Grenier,
Here.
Lake,
Here.
Moore, not present. Summers is not present. Willard
Here.
and Yates is here. We do have a quorum. Statement of public notice.
Has been posted.
Thank you. Public hearing on the proposed 2026 budget, so I will entertain a motion to open the public hearing.
I will make a motion to open public hearing on the 2026 budget.
And I will second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Did we have any comments from the public? And I say that in the singular form.
All of us?
All one of you.
I think you're doing a great job. Keep it on.
Thank you, Jerry. There's a first time for everything. Positive feedback. We are really turning this place around. All right. Hey, there's.
Did you
Mr.
want to go to summary?
Oh,
Or not?
I'm ready whenever you're.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, go ahead, Wendy.
All right, so you should have the couple page summary of the proposed budget before you. I'm just gonna go through and comment on a couple of the fluctuations between 25 and 26. When we look at the total general government category, you have a roughly $6,000 increase over 25. Couple different reasons for that, although the village board category did decrease, and that is due to the removal of some dues that you don't anticipate having for 26. The clerk treasurer's office also saw a small decline, although there is some capital expenditure in there for the new payroll software. Did adjust some of the working hours downwards and therefore a $4,000 reduction in salaries. Assessor costs did go up. There's a new contract for 2026. So there was a roughly $6,000 increase in that category. Likewise, in insurance, small inflationary increases built into the 26 budget of roughly 3%. Municipal building had a small increase of 2,000, although that figure does have a better electricity allocation, so that is one of the reasons for that increase. When we look at public safety, which is relatively half of your budget, police department has increase over the previous year up to 271,000 from 248,000. Most of that is in the area of salaries and the related benefits associated with that due to the salary adjustments that are proposed in the 26 budget. Fire department saw a large increase over the previous year, $48,000 increase, roughly at 12%, and that's an amount that is essentially dictated by Menominee Falls, who you contract for services with. And then inspection, which is your building inspection, you saw a decrease there, and that number fluctuates as the number of permits that are written fluctuate. So when that number of permits decreases, the expense decreases, the revenue decreases, and hence there is a decrease there. I will make a note reminder that in that category is the code inspection. So there was some shuffling of expenses out of the engineering category up to that category, but still, that category is still under budget. When we look at public works, you'll note a relatively large increase over the previous year, roughly $95,000. Just a couple items to note there. Again, that engineering fluctuation is due to the movement of the municipal code enforcement up to inspection and out of engineering. You'll note snow and ice controls stayed the same, street lighting stayed the same, but storm sewer saw roughly $110,000 increase. Keeping in mind, that's where the $118,000 of additional project costs for the storm sewer, which you will get reimbursed for a portion of that, but that doesn't happen for a year or so. So that is the full cost of that. You'll see on the revenue side, you budgeted to borrow to pay for that 118, and you'll borrow that internally from most likely the sewer fund. Health and sanitation is up a little bit over the previous year, roughly 6,000. Keep in mind, refuse and recycling is all based on a contract. You have an expense, you bill it back to your citizens. It is what in the budget. So whatever increase there is passed on to the citizens. And then ultimately, the culture, recreation, and education, which is where both planning commission and your park expenses are. Park did have a decrease in cost. Everything was held pretty much the same from a salaries and benefits standpoint, but you did have some maintenance cost in 25, roughly $7,000 that were budgeted for in 25. Didn't need those in 26, so that is the reason for that variance. So overall, when you look at your general fund expenditures, 1.545 million is what you are proposing for 2026. Portion of that is paid just from other revenue sources. So you have revenue that is not tax levy. So $806,000 of additional resources through your trailer fees, federal and state monies that may come through, various fees that the village charges to its citizens. That comes in at $806,000. Reminder, that includes $118,000 of borrowed money. It includes $54,000 for potential land sale, and it also includes $13,000 of donations back from the various board members that donated their salaries back for 2026. So the expense side is still there, but the donation back is coming through as a revenue. Also, as part of the budget balancing process, $24,000 of fund balance is anticipated to be needed. Keep in mind, those are extra resources that the village had come in 25 related to code enforcement related to the water system. So those are some additional revenues that will flow into fund balance. You will use a portion of those to balance your budget. Keep in mind, that is a short-term solution because those monies will be gone, right? It's not a forever thing. So it's a one-time revenue in, you're going to use it to balance the budget, but you will need to look for alternatives going forward. Finally, then that leaves what the amount of levy is available, which is $714,000. That is a number that is dictated by the state. That is based on prior year's levy plus a growth percentage assigned to that. So I believe your growth percentage was less than 2%, if I recall correctly, about 1.93. So that 714,000 is all you have available to you. On the next page, just a very high level summary of your debt service fund. So this is debt that is on village borrowing. So this includes not only normal village borrowing, which is relatively old, it also includes your TIFs. So that's why the numbers are relatively high when you look at the principal and interest that is included in there of $623,000. You use increment from your TIFs to pay a good portion of that, which is the $582,000, leaving the $40,888 that is funded by levy. That's an additional amount the village is able to levy on top of the kind of that restricted number or set number by the state. So overall, your total tax levy went from $741,025 up to $755,771. So again, although that is an increase in your levy, the total tax rate per thousand actually decreased by 10%, from 300 and plus.
Bless you.
From $3.23 per thousand to $2.90. So again, we will have a minimal impact on, tax bills, excluding schools and all the other things that go into your tax bills. So, that is the presentation of the 2026 budget as it sits currently. Any questions?
Could you repeat those mill rate numbers for me? Was it 323 per thousand down to 290 per thousand?
Correct, so roughly a 10% decrease. And again, keep in mind, those rates are based on your assessed value, so when your assessed value goes up, depending on the percentage of that increase versus the levy increase, that goes down.
Thank you.
Yep.
Did anyone have any questions for Wendy? I will point out that I did include an updated, if many of you will remember this exhibit from when we put the referendum on the ballot. I did update these numbers. As you can see, it's trending in the wrong direction. Personally, it's my belief that a referendum is in our future. At some point, I think we're gonna have to do that, regardless of what we call it. Just my 2 cents and my warning, I guess. Still no questions from the public?
It should be 5 cents though, because pennies are gone now.
Right? Do you want a copy of this, Jerry? Well, if we don't have any questions or comments, I mean, we can make this real short.
Those me.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
And make a motion to close the public hearing.
I will second.
Motioned and seconded. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Public hearing is closed. Item 7, discussion and possible action on approval of proposed 2026 budget.
I make a motion, for the acceptance of the proposed 2026 budget as presented.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All right, all those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. We have a 2026 budget. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you, Brenda. And I know you put a lot of hard work into this too.
Yes.
And thank you, Chief, for keeping us safe.
And when you get a chance, do that pie chart, whenever.
I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
And seconded.
Motion and seconded. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We're adjourned.